Year 5, how are you guys? I hope you're okay. Yesterday was really hot, wasn't it? It was like 30 degrees, and today I think it's going to be hot as well. Please do take care. Make sure, as I do, you're always hydrated with your bottle. You all know my bottle. Look, even the dents are still there. Yeah, keep hydrated, keep in the shade as much as possible, but do enjoy the outside. We don't always get this beautiful weather, so do go and enjoy it. Today's lesson is quite short on here, but there'll be quite a lot for you guys to do. So while my video might be quite short, there will be lots for you to do offline. So shall we get started today? I've loved seeing all your work. What's quite fun is that I'm now helping do reply to the Churchill emails. So Churchill, I get to see loads and loads of your learning, which is great fun. I've really enjoyed giving you guys some constructive feedback. Please don't take it negatively. You guys are doing an amazing job. Like I've seen, whose have I seen? Ikram, I've seen yours, Grace, Zubair, who else? Adam, I think Parisa and Raisa, Shyster, lots of you. I've missed out loads. Sawa, I could keep going. Amazing, amazing work. I know Miss Kalu is replying to a Gandhi class, and Mr. Ollins is replying to Luther King, and I know Mr. Ollins told me today how he's been receiving some amazing high quality work from Luther King. So well done, and keep it up for me. Don't feel sad if I give you maybe some ideas to improve your writing or your work. I want you guys to be the best you can be. So if I give you something to work on, it's because I want to help you. I care about you, and I want you to do the best you can do, okay? I can't wait to see more of your work. So today is Thursday the 25th of June, and it's Myths and Legends lesson 9. There is no booklet on the Grange website for you today, so if you've looked online and gone, but miss, there's not one for the 25th of June, but there's one for the 24th and one for the 26th. There's not meant to be one for today, because it's like a revision type lesson. You need a pencil, pen, paper, your notes that you've made over the last couple of weeks, and maybe your glossary, or if you've managed to print off the work that we've been doing. Have them at hand, because you will maybe need them to refer to them to help you with this lesson. You know the drill. Pause the video while you go and get that stuff. I know it's slightly different this week, so you might need a little bit of time to go and do that. So you're going to be able to review your learning about myths and legends. You're going to be able to recall key facts from recent lessons. You're going to be able to write well-presented answers using key terminology. And you'll consider how you structure the answers you give to ensure you include the answer for the questions. Now that sounds like a really weird success criteria. Sometimes, and I know I do this, you read the question. You know I'm at uni, guys. You all know this. That's nothing new. So you get given a question and you start writing an answer. I type my answers. And you get halfway through and then you reread the question again and you go, I haven't answered the question. So make sure you are reading the question and go, right, how can I answer this? You might want to write some notes first and then write it in proper sentences. Think about that. You know the thing, pause the video, write the date and the LI. So, this is a vocabulary recap, and you're going to be using the words myth, cunning, persistence, and eternity. So, I'm going to read through, obviously not filling in the gap, and then on the next slide are the answers. Oh, hey! So, because I never remember this, and you guys know I never remember this, when I get to the end of reading this page, pause the video if you haven't completed the answers. Because I will just go on to the next page, and you guys know this. So, Rain showed her when she tricked her husband Kronos into eating a rock, dressed in a baby's clothing, thinking it was his son. What words fills in that gap? It'll either be myth, cunning, persistence, eternity. If you're not sure, you may want to read the sentence with each of the words in. That might help you. If you read out loud, that helps even more. Of the War of the Titans taught the Greeks that actions had consequences. What word fits in the gap? With the gods eventually triumphed over the Titans. What word goes in that gap? Zeus punished Atlas to carry the sky on his shoulders for the rest of... Okay, make sure you got those 4 words written down. Again, it'd be nice if you wrote the sentences, but don't worry too much. Blue Zone, you should all be doing this next bit. I'd expect everyone mostly to do it. Superstars, I'd love you to have a go at it as well. Some believe that Prometheus played a trick on Zeus, but others believe that his actions were foolhardy, that means silly, and led him to suffer severe consequences for the rest of... The of Prometheus teaches us to respect those more senior to us. Pause the video. I'm going to end up dancing. Mr. Ollins is going to have his way of me dancing. Not happening. I'm going to try my best not to do it. Right, I'm turning on to the next slide. Pow! Oh, it didn't work. That was really annoying. 1, 2, 3. Pow! So, Ray, make sure you mark your work, maybe in a different colour pen. Rhea showed her cunning when she tricked her husband Kronos into eating a rock dressed in baby's clothing, thinking it was his son. The myth of the War of the Titans taught the Greeks that actions had consequences. With persistence, the gods eventually triumphed over the Titans. Zeus punished Atlas to carry the sky on his shoulder for the rest of eternity. You can see the words that are the ones I've put in because I've coloured them in red. I hope you can all tell that. If any of you struggle to read the colour red, please email me and I will change what colour I do it in. Please let me know. Don't sit there and suffer in silence, okay? I will change how I do things. That goes for anything I do, guys. Give me some feedback. I'm more than willing to have it. So if you try the second challenge, some believe that Prometheus played a cunning trick on Zeus, but others believe that his actions were foolhardy and led him to suffer severe consequences for the rest of eternity. The myth of Prometheus teaches us to respect those more senior to us. How did you guys do? Did you get 7 out of 7? Did you get 4 out of 4? Did you get 1 or 2 wrong? Let me know. Right, ready for our next challenge? So, there's a few sentences here. Oh dear, I've left... Look at me. I can't have that. There we go. That's a bit better. I like to make sure everything's perfect. So, there's some statements here. I want you to label them with true or false, just whether you think they're true or false, clearly. True means they're right, and false means they're wrong, clearly. Anyway, I would expect you to try, especially Blue Zone, to write why it's correct or why it's wrong. Okay? Because you need to really be able to answer these questions well. When you do your reading tomorrow, then you will have to... words, monsieur. When you do your reading stats paper in year 6, you will really need to take these this information in that you read, and you'll have to answer a question and produce reasons why. So, I'm going to read through the list. Remember to pause the video when you need to. I'm not going to tell you when to do it. You just do it whenever you need to. The ancient Greek myths date back to 3000 BC. True or false? The planets are named after the Greek gods. The ancient Greeks influenced many European cultures. The Roman Empire existed after the ancient Greek civilization. Myths are often used to explain natural events. The myth of the Titans' war taught the Greeks that actions have consequences. The Greek gods lived on Mount Olympus. The gods were always fair and did not meddle in the lives of mortals. Zeus asked Epimetheus to create mankind. So pause the video while you write true and false. Maybe you can, for some of the false ones, you can give reasons why they're false, or you can give the correct answer. Have a go. Okay, I'm going to go on to the first part of the answers now. You will see my answers are in red, and I have also written a sentence with each of them. So let's have a look. Okay, so here are the answers. So the ancient Greek myths date back to 3000 BC. That's false because they actually date back to 1000 BC, which is around 3000 years ago. The planets are named after the Greek gods. It is true, however, they have been given the Roman names. We discussed that on the first lesson, I think. The ancient Greeks influenced many European cultures. Yes, that's true. They influenced many cultures, for example, Rome and the Romans. The Roman Empire existed after the ancient Greek civilization. Again, that is true. The Romans invaded Britain many years later than the Greeks were there. Myths are often used to explain natural events. That is true and false. So back in 1000 BC, it was true they were used to explain natural events, but now it's false because they're just used as interesting stories, interesting myths, because scientists have found out the answers to what the myths included. Okay, so let's carry on. This is the second set of answers. The myth of the Titans' war taught the Greeks that actions have consequences. That's true. It taught us that if you act in a bad way, things will happen that are bad for you or to you. The Greek gods lived on Mount Olympus. That's true. Mount Olympus is referred to many times throughout different myths. The gods were always fair and did not meddle in the lives of mortals. That is false. The Greek gods often meddled in the lives of the mortals. Do you remember in Prometheus' creation myth, Zeus got involved with the mortals? He was going to end mankind. Zeus asked Epimetheus to create mankind. No, that's true. Zeus asked Prometheus because he was more clever than Epimetheus was. Okay, so if you haven't finished marking them, you can skip back and skip forward. You guys know how to work YouTube now. I'm going to carry on teaching. I hope that's okay. So, all that you need to do now is you can think about it. You don't need to write it down. Or you can do like A, B, C, or D. Which statement best describes the gods? The ancient Greek gods were all male and enjoyed starting wars. That's A. B. The ancient Greek gods resembled humans physically but were more emotionally mature and did not feel emotions like jealousy or anger. That's B. C. The ancient Greek gods resembled humans physically and also felt similar emotions like jealousy, anger, and betrayal. And D. The gods did not have favourites and treated all humans equally. Which do you think describes gods the best? Have a think back to the myths we've read, think about the lessons we have done. Which one would you say? I'm going to go on to the answer. The answer is next. I would say it's C. Because they resembled humans physically, and they also felt similar emotions. Do you remember there were anger, there was feuds, there was jealousy. So, yeah, it's C. Well done if you got that right. Which one best describes Kronos? Kronos was very secure in his power and did not believe in prophecies. Kronos overthrew his own father and then feared he would be overthrown by an enemy. Kronos was very suspicious of others and would never allow himself to be deceived. Kronos believed in the prophecies and feared he would be overthrown by his own child. Have a think back to the War of the Titans lesson, or have a look at your learning from that lesson, and that will help you to think about the answer to this. I'm going to go on to the next slide now. I believe it's D, that he believed in prophecies and he feared that his own child would overthrow him from the throne. Okay. I believe this is the last one of these type questions. So, which one best describes Prometheus? Prometheus cared deeply about the humans he created and did everything in his power to protect them. Prometheus always obeyed the gods. Prometheus was not as intelligent as his brother Epimetheus. Or Zeus forgave Prometheus. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I said it was A because Prometheus really cared about mankind. He fed them knowledge as food, and he really wanted them to become the best they could be. Well done if you got all of those right. So, it does say book first of all. So this is a little table. I want you to use your understanding of all the myths so far to fill in this table Obviously not this table because it's not online, but you can just draw something similar in your book. So these are the characters, and you're going to tick or cross whether did they have persistence, did they not. Where and how does character show this quality? So for example, we know, what do we know? I don't even know what I know. So Zeus was persistent. Do you remember in the War of the Titans? Zeus was really persistent. He kept going against his father Cronus. So I would tick here and I'd write Y here. Now, blue zone, can you think of any other characters? So, for example, Epimetheus, who else? There's loads of characters, isn't there? Cronus, loads. Have a think. I really want you to put some effort into this. I will mark it when you guys send it in, okay? So, pause the video while you write down what you need. Okay. Shouldn't have new vocabulary up there. I do apologise. Let me edit that. Sometimes Monsieur does lots and then she forgets to do certain things, so I do apologise. So, in your book or your paper, you're going to choose one of the myths we have studied so far. And I want you to create a newspaper report for it. Try and use the words myth, eternity, persistence and cunning. Now, this is a little, not really a little, group of features that you may wish to use in your newspaper report. So you've got the name of the newspaper, the headline, subtitles, reporter's name, that'd be you, an introductory paragraph, loads and loads of things. So really pay attention to what things you need to include. How will you write the newspaper report? Will you write it about you? No. You will write it in third person and in the past tense. It has happened. It's not going to happen. What myth are you going to choose? Are you going to talk about Prometheus' creation story? Are you going to talk about the War of the Titans? There's loads of stories and myths you can talk about. Remember, there's formal language. I really want you to focus on the English part of this lesson. It's all about the quality of your writing. You have already done newspaper reports this year, so show me what you know. Show me how many features you can include. When you've finished, I want you to go through these 4 checks. Have you used capital letters and full stops? Capital letters for the start of sentences and people's names and places. Have you put full stop at the end of every sentence? Or it might be an exclamation or a question mark if it's a rhetorical question. Have you spelt all the characters' names correctly? I have really noticed, guys, when you've been sending me your English work, a lot of you have spelt Zeus wrong. It's Z-E-U-S, not Z-U-E-S. Make sure you're practicing that and checking that. And then finally, use this checklist to check your writing. Think about things. If you haven't done it, add it in. We do it in purple pen at school. I understand you may not have a purple pen at home. That's fine. Do it in a different colour or put a star next to it. Just show me you're really focusing hard on your writing. So that is today's learning. So answer the questions that are on the slides, fill in the grid and everything like that. Then you're going to write a newspaper report on one of the myths we have learnt about over the past 2 weeks, and you're going to check your writing. I really want to see you have checked your writing. It's important that you read it out loud. Read it to somebody. When you're reading, and I find this, like I've done today, I found, oh, I've missed this out, or I've put this in. So really focus on what you're doing. I cannot wait to see your work. Remember, it's yr5@grange.harrow.sch.uk. Remember, if you want me specifically to look at it, then make sure you write my name in it. Well done if you've already done that, because it does mean that I will read it straight away. Yeah, I can't wait to read this writing of yours. I know it might take you a little longer, so don't panic if you don't get it in today. If you need a couple of days, please don't worry. I just want your work to be of really good quality. Have a lovely rest of your Thursday. Enjoy the sun, but be careful. See you guys later. Bye.